we are still here at Ector's Garden Center, and Crystal is with me. She's left Keith and joined me, and we are going to talk about, you know, we do a lot of things with pots and a lot of things with annuals, but the truth is pots are not limited to annuals anymore, and all of these plants could actually be planted in a pot, correct?
Absolutely.
So we've got a tremendous collection here. Kind of guide us through what we're looking at.
We're actually looking at a nice selection of tropicals as well as some annuals that can combine well with them. This is a ficus that's called ruby red, and so named for its foliage, but it's absolutely gorgeous color, and this is something that you can enjoy this outside in a semi-shaded location during the summer months, and winter it indoors for some wonderful color too.
Now in front of that looks like we have a fern.
That's a fluffy ruffles fern. Fluffy ruffles.
Say that 10 times fast.
I can't. And those are great, again, for semi-shaded areas. And ferns really thrive outside, despite the fact that, you know, most people are afraid of their shedding and whatnot, but they really do thrive outdoors really well.
Now, this one right here, all I can think of is that I want to stroke the flowers on that one.
That's a chenille plant. It's a wonderful hanging plant. It can also be used to trail out of any of your pots and planters.
So it would work well on the edge of a pot?
Yes.
Okay, and now I recognize this one.
Spanish lavender.
The smell, I can already smell it back here.
Yes, my favorite box to unpack whenever they come in.
So you could even, when you have that in the garden, you'd even get the aroma off of it inside your pots.
Every time you brush by. This is a great plant to put something, when you have something like that the fragrance really releases from the foliage, it's a great thing to put along a walkway somewhere where you're going to brush up against it to really release that.
So like pots right by the front door.
Exactly.
This would be perfect. Okay. Now, I have to tell you, this is just amazing.
That is pink flowering jasmine. And although the flowers are white, it's a fantastic spring bloomer, flowers prolifically through the spring months, and beautiful fragrance.
Well, and the buds on here, they just cascade over the plant. Now, part of what I'm really liking about the collection of these plants is we've got some really iridescent, deep colors in the foliage of these plants. What do we have going on over here?
Well, we have a croton right here. This is a croton petra. Crotons are grown predominantly just for the color in their foliage. There's really nothing else like them, with a lot of oranges and reds, very vibrant colors. And then we have a Dracaena here. This one's called Limelight. And then there's another one on the front that's called Lemon Lime. And those are great complementary pieces, and they'll really bring a lot of life and color to a darker shaded area on a patio.
Well, just because they almost glow.
Exactly.
And I was noticing that against this deep foliage, that's incredibly attractive.
Yes. So, and that's another traditional rubber plant called Burgundy.
Now, one of my favorite plants is kind of tucked down in here. It's not open just yet, but this is a hibiscus.
Yes, hibiscus love the sun, they love the heat. They come in tree forms, bush forms. You can get them braided in almost everything. You can combine them in pots, you can dress them up all on their own, but they are fantastic plants.
Well, and they come in a great array of colors as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, and what else do we have going on here? Now, this is one of my favorites, and it always comes in a great collection of colors.
Kalanchoes are one of the few plants that really, really thrives in the heat and in the worst part of it. And they have some of the most, like you said, some of the most wonderful colors. Reds, oranges, yellows, hot pinks. There are a few pastels, but I really like the vibrant ones.
Well, and just as you look at these plants here, you know, let's go ahead and kind of show them how we'd build a pot. So if we were going to, and you know, you don't have to build them symmetrical anymore.
No, absolutely.
No. Give me some ideas of what you would throw together if we were going to fill this pot up.
If we were going to fill this pot up, the croton in your hand is a wonderful choice to start with.
Okay.
And then I would probably add this pretty orange kalanchoe to pick up on the colors in your croton.
Okay.
And then this is my all-time favorite geranium.
Oh, look at that.
So, and this is Indian Dunes. So, and it picks up on the chartreuse color as well as the mahogany to burgundy colors in the foliage. And it has a very nice reddish-orange bloom to mirror this. So you could also change that out if you wanted to, and you could use something like the snapdragons.
Well, I wonder if we could even just kind of tuck that in there. Now, if we had soil, we'd be putting these on soil, but we're just kind of getting everybody the idea of the colors that we can combine with just different flowers, colors, and textures.
Right.
I love the fact that we have all of this, and it just has given us a lot of really great ideas of what we can do as far as not just using annuals, and that tropicals are no longer just for inside the house.
I prefer to think of it as, if you want something on your patio, it's whatever is a plant. It doesn't matter if it's a tropical, a perennial, or an annual. It's what serves the decorative purpose for your needs.
So you say there are no more rules.
There are no more rules.
I like the way you think.
So.
Crystal, thanks so much for having us here. We've had a great time at Ector's. We have just had a great time here. Keith was with her earlier today, so we want to thank Ector's for hosting us once again, having us out here at Ector's Garden Center. We want to make sure, though, that you come back, because here in just a moment, we are going to be joining Denise, our florist, and she's going to show us everything that you can learn from the local florist in your area.